Hello everyone, my name is Krathax and I've been playing Lost Ark on the Russian server for several months now, and I'm excited to play on the new servers in America. Since I love to play a bard and there's not that much information, in English anyway, on bards, I decided to make a series of videos about them. And in the process, the newer player will gain a lot of tips on how to play the game, and even some Lost Ark veterans may discover something they don't know. I will upload some of those videos to my YouTube account, but since YouTube makes things difficult, most of these videos will be published on my rumble.com account. Check them out there. Now that we have all that out of the way, let's get going on the first episode of the Lost Ark Bard. As you can see, we're starting from the ground up, creating our bard named Cyxina. I will spend some time getting her appearance just the way I like. There are a ton of options, and I would advise you to take your time, as you can't change your appearance later. While we're fast forwarding through the creation, I want to talk about basic guidelines for these playthrough videos. If you look on YouTube and elsewhere, there are a lot of videos that recommend playing only the main quest to power level to 50, and that will probably get you there faster, a couple hours faster at least. However, I will be doing all the side quests for a few reasons. First of all of the side quests give many rewards such as skill points and important loot. You can pick and choose which to do, but that would require a lot of research, and it really isn't worth the effort. Also, unlike other games like New World, most of the side quests are pretty much on your way when you're playing the main quest anyway, so it's not much of a hassle to pick them up. Also, since all of my achievements are start all over again, I want to get legacy rewards and achievements from my account. Many of these rewards will boost all of the characters on my account. So if I created a second character on my account, I would probably just power levels through the main line. However, I will also be collecting as many Mokoko Seeds as possible. Mokoko Seeds are a collectible that can be found throughout the world and can be turned into later for character boosts. We can pick up most of the seeds as we play through the map, but some will require you to complete quests that you get much later in the game. In order to find all of those seeds, I'm using a brilliant Lost Ark map site. Check out the video description for the link, but be aware the names may be different as the map was designed for Asian servers. And also, after launch, I found out that some of the dungeons have been shortened, so the map isn't always absolutely perfect, but it's still extremely useful anyway. What really takes a lot of time in Lost Ark is the cutscenes and reading the dialogue on the quests. I will be skipping through these whenever possible because I already know most of the stories in the game. But if this is your first time playing, I would advise you to take your time and learn the stories. In fact, some of the cutscenes can't be skipped on the first playthrough, but of course, since I'm editing this video, I can skip them later. While we're on the subject of editing, I will also be fast forwarding various parts of this video so that you don't have to watch me just run around and kill common enemies. Also, I will be cutting out things like when I step away from the game, in order to, do something else like get food or something like that. Obviously, you don't want to see my bard just standing there for 20 minutes just doing nothing. And I will also cut out a lot of the loading scenes and, like I said, a lot of the cutscenes that you can't skip when you do your first playthrough. Again, you should watch the cutscenes if you haven't played the game before because they're actually pretty cool. So now that we got our character created, we're going to go meet Beatrice. But before we get started, you may have noticed that this video is in widescreen. This gives me more visibility left and right, and I don't lose anything vertically. To change this setting, we just hit escape, then click on settings. Now go to video settings, and then force the aspect ratio to 21:9. Perfect. I also turned off the background music just because it annoys me. I prefer the sound effects, but that, of course, is personal preference. So now we run down this big hallway, and we're going to go talk to Beatrice. I didn't skip these cutscenes because they're actually pretty important to the start of the game.
The forces of chaos are on the move again. The Arks once saved the world from the demons. We need them again. Try opening the Tome of Prophecy. It will show you the path of your destiny.
So even if you know what class you want to choose, you still have to open the tome and actually preview the class before you can select it. So we'll go ahead and preview the Bard. And then we'll go over here and actually select it for real. Be careful you don't click on the wrong thing here. I've seen people do it. Now you see why she has a musical note tattoo.
May Regulus bless the path you've chosen.
And here we get to see her in full detail, and she actually looks quite cute. I was kind of worried they would make the dresses more woke, but they didn't, actually. She looks gorgeous.
Next stop, Trua, the Forgotten Land.
So in the Russian version, it's called Acacia, but here I guess it's called Trua. Okay. Some of the names are different. And actually, it's important to notice if you use the Lost Ark map for the Mokoko Seeds, some of the names are very different. But if you generally follow the map, you should be able to make sense of it. So we'll go ahead and skip the prologue here because I've already played the game a couple times, so not a problem. So before we get started, I will show you some of the skills I'll be using. You can use K to bring up your skill list, but I like sorting things in a slightly different order because they're better in that way, just personal preference. I'm going to be using Rhapsody of Light because there's really nothing better. Sound Shock, Dissonance, and Stigma. So Dissonance, Stigma, and Sound Shock are really my go-to skills. Rhapsody I keep just because there's nothing really better. I'm also going to change my chat tab settings. So I'm going to turn off all of the spam that goes into the normal chat, and that way it makes it easier that just I can see things going on. And on the system chat, we're pretty much just going to turn off the notification so it doesn't always blink at us. It notifies you whenever anything happens, like getting loot or anything else. Also changing my audio. I'm just going to turn off the music completely rather than even having it down all the way, just to save processing power. So if you want to look at the skills in greater detail, just pause the video and take a look at them. Right now you don't have any skill points to assign, so you can't, use the tripods or anything.
I hear a famous priest is arriving today.
So we're going to look at our starting inventory. We don't really have anything. I have a founder's pack, but I find out later that I have to claim it out of my email. It's not so hard. You just claim, not here. This is where you can just get event rewards. So make sure you check those every time you log in.
Oh, I've heard of him too. He has
They say he can heal any illness.
So now we're going to run up and meet Armin.
He's coming here to search
On the
for
Russian server, he's called Amon, but here he's called Armin.
I wonder if
So
Jack
he's a
passed
priest.
by.
He's visiting here.
Where is he?
Is that really him?
He looks far too young.
And you see, one of the things, we can't skip the cutscene because it's the first clear, so.
Daddy, who's that?
A very famous priest.
Welcome to Prideholm, Holy One.
Thank you so much for this warm welcome.
Father, Varu and the rest of the village eagerly await your arrival at the cathedral.
Oh, in that case, I best not keep Father Varut waiting.
Now, die.
And of course, there have to be assassins. You may notice I'm a little bit rough right now. The reason why is that the control scheme is actually different on the Russian server. The way you click and the way you target your spells, they completely inverted it, which really messed me up. And later I'll find a way to flip it back the way it was. But of course I have, dozens and dozens and dozens of hours of muscle memory of using it the other way.
Thank you
So
for saving me.
I cut out me messing around
Ready
with the
to ride
settings.
home?
And you'll see I flip through the dialogue really fast. If you actually want to read it, go ahead and just, slow down the video or just, obviously take your time.
No.
So I cut out the cutscene of us, the wagon going out of control. Now we're going to save Armin.
Thank you. Oh no, they followed me.
And it's not over yet. It's got more friends coming. And again, the new control scheme is really causing me
Here
problems.
comes more.
Now, while we're on the subject, I mean, I'm not a professional gamer or anything. I don't classify myself as an expert gamer. I just enjoy having fun. I'm 51 years old, so I'm not a kid anymore. And I don't think, I'm not a competitive gamer. I just enjoy having fun. So if you're looking for the absolute perfect playthrough, this will disappoint you greatly.
I think, my goodness, are you not hurt?
So now we're going to Prideholm, which is interestingly the same name that they have for the Asian servers, but different than the Russian server. I guess there's just some cultural reasons. Okay, so first we have to go into the church, and there's it's not really a cutscene. It's kind of a cutscene though. But it's not really. You can't skip it, and it doesn't matter how many times you play through.
Feel the warmth of the light. And be healed.
The pain is gone. Thank you so much.
That's incredible. He has so much.
By the gods, Hannah's wounds have healed.
Oh, it's you again. You're here. Father Varut, this adventurer saved my life.
Oh, so that was you. I sense goodness in them.
This adventurer also seeks the Ark.
Oh,
Obviously, still having problems with the controls.
then we have much to discuss.
Is this the tablet?
Indeed. This tablet contains.
So now we have to talk to this guy. We'll zip through the dialogue real quick. You can use tab to bring up an overlay map, which is really convenient. But right now we're going to go outside of the church, and then we'll claim a legacy reward, because why not? Link brings us up a bit. And then we're going to go right back in. So here we're looking for the first 2 Mokoko Seeds that we're going to get. And we go right through the wall. And here's one. And there's another one right down below it. So as you can see, Mokoko Seeds are often hidden. Sometimes they're in plain sight, but often they're hidden. And they're collectible that you'll use later when you get to an island after you get past the, you know, act 1, if you will, of the game. And once you get to that island and you get those Mokoko Seeds, you can turn them in to get lots of different rewards. There's actually a list on the site with the map. So now that we're
It's almost
freed up here,
How do you like
we're going to go
Primal,
ahead
adventurer?
and we're going to start exploring the area. So let's grab this Mokoko Seed. There's something called a viewpoint right here, but we're going to have to come back to it anyway as part of the quest, so we'll just skip it for now. So we'll grab the side quest, and I'm going to go ahead and cut out some time I spent helping a friend.
See if there's a useful.
Let's go ahead and let's go get the next
Is
Mokoko
there
Seed.
anything you need?
So, got any news?
And following the quest, we'll go in the tavern.
This ain't enough to get me drunk.
So we'll just blitz through this. So I just brought up the map with M. It allows me to see, you know, everything going on in the system. And I'll just go ahead and cut through this cutscene where she talks about the city. And we'll grab another Mokoko Seed down here.
Anything exciting going on today?
And we'll deliver the flowers for the guard. Plant them in the box real quick. So although it is a side quest, it, you know, gained a small amount of experience. It really didn't harm us at all, and it did give us some, you know, some experience and a little bit of loot. A lot of these will give you recovery potions, which are very important.
To write a song.
So over here is another Mokoko Seed right behind the tree. Grab that. And then I noticed that I actually missed an NPC right by the church. The reason why is that this NPC isn't there in the Russian server.
Lovely weather we're having today.
So I run over and this NPC will actually give you a horse. In the rest of the game on the Russian server, you actually have to play a good half an hour before you get the chance to get a horse, which is pretty cool. And since I've already got a horse, which, you know, everybody would have gotten, you just add it to your you know, inventory by right-clicking on it, and then you can open Alt V to get vehicles. Alt V is in Victor. But since I also have a Founder's Pack, I'm going to go ahead and open that and grab my actual Founder-specific mount, which is a Cerberus. And I'm going to pick the orange one because I like orange. So I'll also grab my pet at the same time. You'll find that pets allow you to scoop up loot on the ground, and there's a quest later that you can run to get a pet, and they're extremely important, so I would definitely advise using them. They also give you other benefits too, but we'll zip through that. Now she'll summon her Cerberus. There's a lot of stuff in the Founder's Pack, so it took a while to go through, so I figured I'd just fast forward it for you guys.
Thank you for saving Father Armin.
Lovely weather we're having today.
It's almost time for the service.
So the Cerberus actually has some pretty cool abilities, which is neat, but
Let's see if there's
we'll go ahead
No
and
issues
run
to
to
report.
the inn to work on the quest line. Run up to Naria.
To get me drunk.
The other half of the stone tablet in the cathedral? I didn't even know it was half a tablet to begin with.
I wanted to show you this over here. This guy offers token points reward. Of course, we don't have enough tokens for those yet, but that'll be useful later. And I just completed a quest from that was actually shining on the quest line.
You're the
This looks a bit heavy.
The stone tablet in the cathedral? Oh, the slab engraved with something about the art.
I love the random dialogue you hear. It makes the world seem so much more alive. So now that we'll bolt over here.
You're an adventurer looking for the Ark.
And back up here to the viewpoint. I'm going to just go ahead and give some 4 points here to melody increase on dissonance. Actually, quick cast on dissonance. So that we could just cast it faster. Since we got 4 points to spend.
Do you require assistance?
The piece of tablet? What? Are you seeking the Ark? You're like Rudin.
So that's a teleporter. Those are extremely important.
You'd think if
Called
there
a
was a
triport.
clue to the Ark there, someone would have found it already.
I wonder what an area is.
So this lady gives you something called Song of Escape, which is part of the main quest line.
Tablet about the Ark?
But there'll be a
The
hint later.
stonemasons of
Don't
Loghill
use
might
it.
be able to help.
And I'll explain why in a minute. So now the quest is going to take us into Log Hill, but quickly first we're going to go ahead and get the rest of the Mokoko Seeds here.
This cursed wagon, it breaks down so easily.
After we finish our quest. And summon our pet. So let's do this really fast. And finally, we're out to Log Hill. And you notice I used the middle mouse button. I clicked and held on it to drag the entire mini map off to the left. It's just more convenient that way.
I don't know where it is either. Why do you need it?
At this point, I've kind of figured out a way to invert the attack to make it more like the Russian server, but I'm still not quite used to it, and I actually pay for it later.
Long ago.
So that takes some of the lore. We'll go ahead and skip that. So now we're going to run really quickly. I'm going to fast forward as we run in here. And we're actually going to take a left turn. The reason why is we want to grab this viewpoint here real quick. Grab our service. It's actually right behind me. Viewpoints are another achievement like Mokoko Seeds. So now that we got the viewpoint, we're going to quickly fast forward. Go over here, grab that triport because it'll come in handy later. Then we're going to jump over here. Run up to the next stone tablet. Scan that. Run down. And now you'll see me attack these birds with Stigma. It's one of the main spells I use, and Dissonance. And it makes pretty short work. And okay, then we'll go ahead and run around and kill these guys, kill some more of these birds to finish this quest. Here you'll notice me sort of messing around with the targeting for Stigma. That's because the targeting is very different than it was on the Russian server, and it's seriously messing with my mechanical skill that I've acquired through hundreds of hours. So we just have to get these other two tablets. So we'll just speed through this real quick. Notice I call my mount all the time. It's super important to move fast.
Don't let your guard down.
The stone tablet of the key? You mean the slab moved out of East Oratory?
So one thing I realized at this point was that I had actually missed getting a Mokoko seed. So I have to run all the way back to do it. Oops. I mean, I didn't have to, but it would be annoying if I left just one Mokoko seed. So let's run all the way up and then get to the next one. And the next Mokoko seed is right here by this corner. Grab that one. And you saw I just got a spontaneous quest. These happen every now and then. Sometimes they're worth doing. In this case, they are. I checked the journal, and it was actually worth killing these guys. So we'll just run back over here and just kill a few of them. There's actually another benefit to killing these guys, too, because before you get into Morai Ruins, you really want to be level 20. Otherwise, you are going to absolutely get owned by the dungeon. So every little bit helps at this point. So we're going to just run past all these bandits. Don't feel the need to kill everything that attacks you in this game. These bandits don't even matter. Go ahead and enter the instance. Now we're in an instance mission, so. Mostly what's taking so much time here is cooldowns are long and we don't have that many spells yet. But that was fun. That's the problem with Bard that you have to understand, is that at the beginning they are actually quite weak. But once you level them up a bit, they actually get pretty strong.
Look for the... Oh, thank you for your help. Please tell Aln what happened.
So normally we would never, just run straight out of a dungeon. We certainly wouldn't play the Song of Escape. But in this case, the turn-in point is pretty close. So we'll just grab our Cerberus and run over there. You'll see pretty quickly that I make extremely heavily use of teleporters. They're super important.
Toxic claw robbers ganged up on the guards.
And we're going to grab some more points. And right now we can't get to the second level of tripod, so we're just going to grab Crit Cast for Stigma and make it go off a little faster. And then we have to run up north and kill a few bad guys on the way. So we will just rush into this real quick and run up to the border post. And make sure the first thing we do is grab the trap.
I was gathering information about the recent movements of the grave robbers.
This will tell you to go back to town, but first grab all the quests and turn everything in.
Those grave robbers might even destroy the tribal.
One little hint, you do not have to be on the platform in order to execute a teleport. You can teleport from anywhere in the game and only to a platform. Later, you'll find that you can only teleport within the same continent, but that's a small detail. Notice I teleport straight to the triport from standing out in the middle of the field.
Please tell us if there's a problem.
wonder what area is.
So now we just got to run a bunch of errands. So we will run around on fast forward. Talk to this person. Make sure our pets effect is running. Finish that quest. Finish another quest. Come back out. And here you see how we get back to the main quest line. Your quests are on the right side, and in the upper right corner of each quest is a diamond. It's a compass icon. If you click on that, it will automatically open your map and center your map on the next waypoint for that quest. The beautiful thing about this is that all you have to do is click that,
Is there anything you
and
need?
you will automatically teleport to that location. But first, I wanted to just go ahead and sell a bunch of stuff and upgrade my equipment. Make sure you're always constantly upgrading your equipment. If it's got a blue up arrow, upgrade it. Don't worry about collecting any one kind of equipment or any one kind of outfit until, you know, much later in the game. You're going to get better gear that is going to be, you know, much better than anything you have here. So just keep upgrading the equipment. Don't really worry about what it looks like or what its status is. Just keep upgrading it. I'm just here seeing what I want to sell. This is another important thing. We're using apprentice healing potions right now. We have 12 normal healing potions, but we have 48 apprentice healing potions. We're going to dump all the apprentice healing potions and get our normal healing potions. Always constantly upgrade your potions whenever you see a potion master. Always upgrade your potions. Sell all the old ones. A real great tip for buying multiples is hold down Alt and Shift and right click on the item, and you'll be able to buy as many as you want, or at least as many as you can afford.
So, got any news?
So, clicking on our icon, boom, just teleport up to the next spot.
These supplies may not be enough.
Do some turn-ins.
I've just finished studying the grave robbers.
It doesn't really matter what you answer here. Either way, it's fine. So, do another turn-in. Or get another quest, rather. And off we go. Just ignore all of the bandits. Just go straight for the leader. I found the leader under attack, so it was pretty easy for me to just jump in for the kill. And within a couple seconds, I got it down, and the leader was dead. Just had to grab the 2 stacks of grain.
Take everyone to Log Hill and search. If you find the tablet, stash it in the hideout.
And we have to kill the tents because the quest says so. By the way, bandits or anybody hitting you will interrupt your ability to call your horse. So in this case, there were so many bandits around me, I just ultimately said tackled it, just ran into the campground. Okay, do some turn-ins.
According to this note, the ones who are looking for the tablet will have a meeting at their hideout.
So once again, I realized that I've forgotten something. There's a viewpoint inside the instance that we just completed, but I forgot to click on the viewpoint. So what I should have done is clicked on the viewpoint while it was in here, but I didn't do that. So it's right there in the middle. Hard to see because of the white tile right around it. Just use G. It's hard to see. It's hard to click on if you can. Okay, now that we've fixed that minor mess up, we're going to go ahead and teleport back to the triport rather than running all the way back there. We'll also take this opportunity to break up the video, and we'll go ahead and continue this video in part 2. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.